This is Keith Boggs with Stonebriar Property Inspections, and this is the inspection debrief for 9453 Bramble Mead Lane. Oh, still something launching here. I've got about 84 items here. Most of these are pictures, but there are some videos. This does not mean that there's 84 defects. Some of these pictures are for my use when I'm creating the report. Some of them are just for talking points to remind me to tell you certain things. Some are just showing things working or not working. Some of them are actual defects. So we're going to cover everything. Again, it's all going to be recorded onto this MP4, and I'll be sending it to you via my Gmail, and then you'll get the home inspection report via my regular mail. So the first item here is just a picture of the front of the house once it opens up here. Nothing necessarily wrong. That's just the title for the title page of the report. So the first thing I did is I got on the roof. The roof is very good. Usually a roof I find 5 or 10 things just on every single roof. That house yesterday I had about 20 items, just a brand new house on the roof. Here there's only one item, which is pretty good. So this is just missing a little cap, a little cover. That's your hot gas fan.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's right down there. It's on the other side of the house there.
Okay.
This is a little video. It's going to be a little shaky because I had to use my hands to move around. As well as taking pictures, I started taking videos of the roof. So this is a little bit less than 2 minutes long. I'm going to play it through its entirety so you can see the roof from my vantage point, basically. And you're probably going to hear me huffing and puffing and making noise. But that white stuff is just bird poop.
Okay.
Yeah, it's from the birds.
A slide. You should slide.
It's going to take a second. I have to get my bearings here. It's pitches like this. There we go.
So do you tie any safety belts?
Just regular shoes, special shoes. That's it. It's harder with the camera. But, you know, I'm trying to use kind of one hand. But I can walk that. I'm walking that pitch right now.
Okay.
Can you walk?
We're near the end here. We're getting close.
Is that the board?
Okay, so that's the roof. Now this is the water pressure to the house. So the range for water pressure is 40 to 80. You're a little bit above 90 psi, so that water pressure needs to be brought down. 80 is the max we want to keep. There is a pressure. I'll show you. There's a picture. I have a picture of what the pressure reducing valve, which is in the garage. I'll show you where that's located. The builder shouldn't have a problem just lowering this down. It's a pretty good sized house. We want to have it, close to 80, but we don't want it down 40, 50. We want to keep it 75, 80, so you got good pressure throughout the house. So that does need to be brought down. This is a damaged window right over here. Actually, over here. This is the damage across it.
Where is that?
I'll show you.
Okay.
That window right there.
Is it that
this one?
No. I got that one too. The first window over there.
Okay, from the outside?
Yeah, that's from the outside. Yeah. These are your two condensers.
Can you see that from inside, or we can't?
No, you have to go outside. Well, we can look at it when we're done.
Okay.
These next couple pictures are for me, but I do have a couple of videos here too. These are for manufacturer's labels that I use when I'm creating the report, and also to make sure they got the right breaker inside the panel box. Then there's a couple videos of the condensers. They sound good. They both are running good. The air conditioning was not working good though. Neither one of the units were cooling properly. One unit was close to cooling properly, but at the very bottom end of the range, and the other one was performing very poorly. I've got pictures of that later on. I'll show you. They sound, this is what they should sound like. So later on down the road, if you think you're making a weird noise, you can just go look at this video and kind of compare the noises. This is the next one. Let me fix that.
So are they going to take care of this too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they'll help.
So will there be any like items which with the write-up? Because
Yeah,
I will not be able to.
Yeah, you'll in the report you're going to get in the body of the report's going to have the pictures of the defects, and then I'll type in there.
Okay. Because the description I may not be able to give them.
Oh, I'll do that.
Okay.
You don't have to worry about anything. You don't have to explain anything. It's going to be when they get the report, it'll be self-explanatory.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about it.
Now, let's say after 5 days he comes back and says that he fixed all these things.
Okay.
How will I know which one?
You can either have him provide you with invoices or work orders showing that work was done, or you can pay me a reinspection fee to come back. It's $250. I'll come back and I'll check everything out again.
Okay.
This is just a location of the gas meter. I'm required to put that in the report and tell you where it's located. It's clearly see where the gas meter is located.
So that is located properly, or?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm just the state requires I tell you where it's at, and I put it in the report.
Okay.
So this is a little video of the garage door test. So we do 2 tests, a pressure reverse test. You put something in front of there, and when it hits, it should reverse, and then we close the door again, and put our foot in front of the electronic eye and make sure that safety feature, those 2 safety features, we test them. And I'm looking at the door as it's doing this. This is a short video. So both those tests work fine. This is a look at the panel box with the thermal camera. This is just basically a benchmarking look, just like I want to see what's going on with the panel box before I come into the house. Because when I get in the house, what I do is I go through the house, turn the lights on, turn the exhaust, turning everything on, getting everything going. I go through the first floor doing that, and then I go up to the panel box, take a look again. Go up to the second floor, turn everything on, go up to the panel box, take a look again. So I'll go out to the panel box 3 or 4 times, looking at the panel box, looking for changes. So this looks fine right now. This is normal. These are called arc fault breakers, and that's normal for them to be doing that. So everything looks fine, and I think I looked at it 4 times. All 4 times it looked fine. There was no changes. The temperatures look good too. This is your pressure reducing valve. This is where they lower the water pressure. It's right by the front door. Right there. This is
the garage.
This is a little video of the water meter. This right here is called a low flow indicator, and if you turn something on, it'll start spinning around. And the more stuff, the faster it spins. So this is also how you can identify leaks, if there's any kind of supply leaks. Also, if you have any subsurface irrigation, the only way to verify that's working, if you don't see it bubbling under the ground, is to look at this. So we use it for 2 different reasons. This little short video is just to show that there was no movement, indicating there's no supply leaks at the house.
Okay.
It's a new house, but they do occasionally have supply leaks. So basically, looking at this thing, that should stay basically right there. It should not move.
Okay. And where is this one?
I'll show you. It's up front. The front grill. I don't think I took a picture of this.
Okay.
Yeah, so just set completely so. That's what you want. So if you think you have a leak before you call a plumber, you can just go out to the meter and take a look at that.
Okay.
And now if it's a very slow leak, you have to stare at it for 5 minutes.
Okay.
Or if you don't want to sit there, you can take like a black magic marker and mark it, and then come back in 10 minutes and see if it moved.
Okay.
This is your sprinkler system. I did check all the zones. They all worked fine. There was one problem. This is just showing there was 9 zones. I don't know if you can see it shooting straight up here. I got a video. This is a video. So the head, that's broken.
Which one?
Right here by the...
Oh, okay. So it is going up?
Yeah, see it squirting up right there? It should be going out. So that's just a head. It's 25 cents.
Okay.
Less than $1. That's in zone 4.
Okay.
Zones 8 and 9. Okay, I forgot about this. They did not come on at all. So if there's 9 zones, only the first 7 worked. So 8 and 9 did not work at all.
Okay.
So they need to come out and find out why those aren't working.
Okay.
8 and 9. No
so
good.
how do you know like a 9 should work?
Because actually in this case, when I do it manually. I go through the zones. When I got to zone 7 and I went to hit zone 8, it shut off. And I did it again, and it shut off. When it go past zone 7.
Okay.
This is a fairly big gap by the office there. I'm not sure if that was one of the items you had, but it just doesn't look very good. Yeah, you can look at one.
Does this happen usually like this?
Now, usually it's a smaller gap. It's inside of this is a lot. That's the where we're just at. Now this is the microwave. This is just showing things that are not working. Everything was fine. I think there's a problem with the dishwasher. We're going to get to that in a minute. But this is the microwave. Showing the microwave does work. Manufacturer label, that's for me. This is your double oven. Actually, and there's a problem there. I forgot about that. Both were set to 350, but the top one only heated to a little bit below 300. So that oven top one's not calibrated properly.
So what do they do?
They just adjust it.
Okay.
The top one right there does not
Okay.
heat properly. The bottom one heated to 325. The range is 325 to 370.
Okay.
This is the cooktop, and it works fine.
Okay.
The disposal does not work.
Okay.
It would not come on. And when I tested the power, and there is power there, so it has nothing to do with the power. It's something wrong with the disposal. I need to figure out why that. It was actually in the on position. I'm wondering if somebody maybe left it on by mistake.
So when you switch on this,
it won't come on.
it's not coming. Okay.
Nope.
You don't hear that motor spinning, right? Okay. Okay.
This is the dishwasher. First time I took a reading on it, it hadn't started heating up yet. I did take a reading later on. We're going to talk about this in a minute. It got really hot in there, and I saw with the thermal camera later on some heat. Looked like some heat coming through the back. This refrigerator. Well, I'll show you the picture.
Okay.
That's manufactured.
So what do they need to do there actually?
Well, they need to pull out. I'm not sure I've never. Let me show you. When I take the readings, I've never seen just the readings get as high as one of the readings showed 215 degrees. So that I've never seen that hot before. 150, 160. The main temperature we're looking for is 120. It has to be at least 120 to kill germs for sanitation. It can be as high as 150, but after 150 is when you can start melting things and cracking plates and stuff.
Yes.
So I'm not sure.
How much did it go to?
I'll show you.
Okay.
I'll show you. This is this outlet where they're standing right now. This is supposed to be GFCI protected, and it's not. So that was required back in 2016. So that should be a GFCI outlet unless they change that.
So what does that mean?
These are GFCI, so they protect you from shock.
Which one? Those outlets?
Yeah, those will they trip if you.
Oh. Okay.
This is supposed to be GFCI.
It's not tripping. Okay. So what is that instrument you have?
Thermal camera?
Oh.
That's the camera. I'll show you. I've got pictures. That's like what the military uses.
Okay.
Not like expensive like the military.
How much does it cost?
That's about $5,000.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So this one.
Oh, this little thing? Oh.
The one you checked.
$12. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They're nothing. Yeah.
Okay.
They have them with. We want the one with the button.
So basically, they need to replace.
That should be a GFCI. Yeah, back in 2016, they made the refrigerator required to be GFCI.
Okay.
Now, the city may have changed that again, but that's going to be in the report.
Okay.
And this is the window, broken window, right there. This is the fireplace. I could not get the fireplace to come on, so they need to figure out what's going on there. Maybe they never lit the pilot light, so that needs to be evaluated.
Okay.
This is the master tub. If you look here, you're going to see it move. It move back and forth. It's loose.
Okay.
It needs to be tightened up.
Okay.
This is a utility room. They're supposed to be back in 2016. They made it required that the builder put a sticker, a little red sticker here that states the diameter of the vent 3 inches and the length determination. So whatever it happens to be, 14 feet, 20, whatever the distance is. That sticker's missing. This is another look at the panel box, and it still looks fine. This is up in the attic. This is your number 2 unit. Filter was cleaned. You got a 4-inch filter, which is good. You only have to do those twice a year. And then now we're going to look at the differential. So the differential is basically how well the system is cooling. And the range is 15 to 20 degrees. So if the unit was 10 years old, 15 years old, you expect at least 15 degrees out of it. So this unit's brand new, and it's really not that hot yet. So don't pay attention to what the number is. We're going to look at the difference between these two numbers. So we have a 57 and a 70, so it's 13-degree differential. So it's about 2 degrees below the bottom end of the range. Again, this not really that hot yet. It's not like over 100 something degrees, so it should be cooling really closer to, well, it should be over 15 for sure, but closer to 17, 18, 19, 20.
So that is okay.
Not good. That's not cooling good.
Okay. The system is not cooling well.
Neither one of them are. The next one's not.
Oh, there will be two systems?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So one of them is not.
Both of them are not. Both the HVAC system's not cooling within the range. One of them is a couple degrees below the bottom end of the range. Which again,
so what do they do basically? Like
that one system, I think it's just a calibration issue.
Okay.
But the next one is only cooling it at 9 degrees. It was actually only cooling at 8. At the last second, it went up to 9.
So they need to replace that?
Well, I don't know. It depends on what they find out. They get a need a tech out there. So occasionally these brand new systems, they'll find them with freon leaks that come from the factory that way. If it's a freon leak, it needs to be replaced. We don't want that repaired.
So for all these valid things, should I ask them to give me the work order? Or,
yeah, just provide you with the work order. Yeah, because he's going to have to generate that to get people to come out here. So he just has to make you a copy of whatever he.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So even if you just need to give me some, he just need to give me some kind of.
Yeah, whatever it is that he uses to get these things, put these into action.
Okay.
When he contacts, he doesn't just call the HVAC. I'm sure he fills out some form and whatever. Just
because what I'm thinking is I don't want you to come immediately and check, but I want you to come in 10th month.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. This is okay. So this is the next unit. Filter's fine. So here we have a 57 and a 66. So it's only 9 degrees. So cooling very, very poorly. The attic access stairs, they don't close properly.
Okay.
You can't get. They need to adjust those.
Okay.
This is your water heater. Water heater was fine.
Okay.
Actually, it wasn't fine. They needed the insulation needs to be extended. See the insulation stopped. It needs to go all the way up here.
Okay.
So they need to extend that insulation.
Okay.
So now look at the panel box, and it looks fine. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. This is the dishwasher. You see the heat coming around behind here? That's right in there.
Okay.
So I've never seen that. I've seen plenty of configurations with the refrigerator next to the dishwasher, and I've done with the camera plenty of times. I've never seen that heat coming through. And maybe it's just a gap in there or something that's letting it through. But this is also, I think I've got the reading here of the dishwasher soon. Oh, this is okay. This is that dark spot there. It's probably a leaking duct. It's up in here.
Oh, right.
You can't. Well, you won't be able to see it. Just the camera.
Okay.
So normally you can see that sometimes. It may be this register right here. It may be the duct going there is leaking cold air. That's what I think is going on.
So what will they do now?
It's such a small area. We put it in the report. I'm not sure what it will do on that.
But internally,
it'll be in the report though.
But internally, he has to fix what will he do? He will just cut it and Oh, okay.
And which is easy. They can do it easy.
But how will we know whether they did it or not?
Again, work order.
Okay. But that is an issue, right?
Yeah, that's an issue. Yeah.
Okay.
We don't want any leaking ducts.
Okay.
This is with the thermal camera again. I've seen this happen before. This is your security system.
Mm-hmm.
I think they tie this somehow into the switch plate here,
mm-hmm.
and it's showing heat. The switch plate looks hot to me.
Okay.
There's also a space in the door.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting some heat loss right in that door. I think probably need
So it's not like an office goes there, they cut it wrong side, right?
No, it's not a square. No, it's fine. It's cut
The
fine.
outside one should be thicker lining.
Yeah, the weather stripping I think needs to be thicker in there.
Okay.
That's a pretty minor thing, but this switch plate needs to be evaluated to make sure that there's not any loose wiring because it is showing some heat.
Okay.
Right down there.
Mm-hmm.
That's the same thing. This is above us here. Here looks like there's some voids where they didn't get the insulation in there. See the hot spots there. This is that insulation. So actually, it may be present, but they didn't push it in place properly, so it's leaning up.
Where exactly is the? So they need to cut it and.
Yeah, I think they can get to that. There's an access. They can blow some insulation up in there.
Okay.
Just right up in here.
Okay.
This is in the media room, and this is looks like again a piece of batt insulation. You can see the framing here a little bit. Piece of probably half a piece of batt insulation. It's either missing or again it's not pushed in place. It's leaning out and hot air is getting behind it.
Okay.
And that's just in this corner right here.
So in this case, what will they do actually?
They'll have to cut off the wall.
Cut off and.
Yeah. Or what they may do is they may drill some holes in there and spray polyurethane foam.
Okay.
And then patch it that way.
Okay.
Polyurethane actually do better, probably.
But they're supposed to do all these things, right?
They should do all these things. I don't think they're going to have a problem. Every builder is different, though. Some of them will.
Okay, but in general, like in my case, I need to ask for all these things to be fixed, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. This is another switch plate. It looks hot. This is upstairs, the upstairs bedroom there. The plate down there. That needs to be evaluated to make sure the wiring is not loose.
Okay.
This is actually, you see with the walking table like this? Right there. It looks like possibly the wire is on here. Maybe. Okay. That's something they need to check out. So it's very light, but you can see it, right? See it right there?
Mm-hmm.
There's the wall. So it looks like it's going down along here, and maybe what's going to the wire going to that switch plate.
Okay. What exactly they might?
The electrician's going to have to figure out what that is.
Okay.
It just looks odd. It just looks odd to me.
Mm-hmm. So what is this color actually telling you?
Heat.
Okay.
Heat. That's showing heat. So yellow, orange is heat.
Mm-hmm.
Blue is cold.
Okay.
It may be nothing, but it's just sticking out there. So the subflooring here is loose. When I walked up there a couple times, it felt like it was squeaking. Did you notice that too?
Can you go over there? Yes. Is this normal?
This slip?
This particular shape.
Riser? The height?
No, not. I mean, the length, usually is If you have one, then what?
Oh, this is, yeah, because it's thin. Yeah, that's fine. That's the way it is spiral. Because it's more narrow here. Wider.
There can be some lavender.
Yeah.
Come, at least you need here like this.
No, that's not going to really say. The only thing it says is the minimum length of the
Okay. I think this is okay.
yeah, 10 inches is the minimum.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, right.
you got that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So is it like getting,
Yeah, that's in the full carbon. Sure, better. We boring you? That's the last item. Okay, that was the last thing. That's it. Any questions?
No, nothing.
Okay.